What is up, ladies and gentlemen? So in today's video, we're going to be looking at the cryptocurrency market. We're going to be talking about the death of fiat, the death of the dollar, and about digital ID. So yesterday we had a pretty good day. And what I was looking at in my previous video was in the stochastic RSI. So right here, stochastic RSI. So I believe my previous video, I did it around this area where I was mentioning that the stochastic RSI was crossing and there was a good chance that we would be moving down. And since I made that video, we did have that correction. And now we are having a cross up. So it is highly likely that we will be moving up, especially in the month of June. Another thing I was looking at is on the moving averages, the EMA. So in like any other bull run, when we start moving up, we do test these moving averages. And here's a little cleaner. So you can see moving up, testing moving averages, moving up, testing moving averages, moving up. And we go and test these moving averages. And this is no different with what we're currently seeing. We have these coiling of the moving averages. We move up, we test a little bit these moving averages, we start moving up pretty quickly. So here people were very bullish. We did a new all-time high and people were believing we'd be in the 100K pretty soon. And I was thinking both in the astrological aspect of having an eclipse around this time, that this would also be a time that we might be going to meet these moving averages again. So this makes it into a healthy bull market. So we are testing these moving averages, which is good. It makes things healthy. We have our stochastic RSI cross, which is good. So things are looking really good. So now we're pretty much in the clear to start moving up. So when I've been seeing some astrologers talk about is that around May 23rd, we would be totally in the clear as for the astrology for Bitcoin. And we will be moving up, and June will be a really good month. So one of these astrologers I follow is BTC Astro Trading. And he says to be cautious about May 17th. Another date I picked up was May 18th. To be cautious about May 18th. And also basically from now to the 23rd that things could get dicey. And it wouldn't be surprising actually if we kind of test back base. So what I mean in that aspect is that we have this descending line. This is actually a bull flag. We're breaking out of it, and it wouldn't be too bad if we come back, test here, and then finally move up. So listening to these astrologers, June would be really good. July has a potential to be really good as well. August, September is where it could get kind of dangerous. So specifically September, as well as I believe there's going to be an eclipse in September. So September could be trouble for BTC. Another chart I kind of found, which was kind of interesting, which was kind of aligning to what I've been hearing from astrologers, is this guy called Decode Jar. So right now, it seems that we are here. And then we will be moving up into July. And as you can see, September has that correction. So what I've been seeing from the astrologers is pretty much that it seems that we could be doing kind of this. So taking consideration with some technical aspects and some astrology, we might be doing this in the next few months. So we might correct here. We might move up. I believe this is July. some people say we might be chopping here a little bit, and then September we might get a correction. So hopefully the correction doesn't go too harsh. So maybe around here, and then at the end of the year, we should be moving up again. Now there's been some kind of bullish news following these days about adoption with, especially with the Bitcoin ETF, Bank of Montreal and the Bank of UBS, which is, I believe, it's a Swiss bank. They've disclosed that they're holding Bitcoin ETFs. And here in this article, it also says the state of Wisconsin. So just how we know that BlackRock has introduced this ETF, and there's other ETFs. There seems to be a lot more interest in adopting Bitcoin, which could help bring the price up and could, have other people that are a little more cautious about investing in Bitcoin, seeing these bigger institutions, these banks, and even a state investing into it. And you already have a country, the country of El Salvador, that is, fully integrated the Bitcoin into their currency. It could make a lot more people willing to invest in the cryptocurrency market. Now, all in all, all of this stuff is really good news. But what's troublesome is this whole digital ID thing, and it seems that they're already implementing a digital ID roadmap in Australia.
Say hello to Australia's digital ID system.
In a world where politicians were perfect and honest and competent, and we didn't have pressure from large organisations and there was a lot of competition in all markets, a digital ID actually makes some sense. But that's not the world we live in.
Putting you in control of your information and providing a secure and convenient way to access online services.
So they're ready to go with the digital ID. And just looking at the WEF, the digital ID is going to encompass your whole life. Where you go, what you eat, what you're doing, how you're spending your money, and what benefits you get. Everything essential to you will be tied to your digital ID. And this will bring more control to the government. And obviously this digital ID will be tied to your digital money. So here Swift also is planning to launch a new central bank digital currency platform. So we already hear of a lot of people or a lot of nations working towards having a CBDC. And here we have Swift already working on a platform to integrate all of these digital currencies. So I believe the cryptocurrency market has a potential to liberate humanity, bring opportunity, let's say like bring freedom, but it also has a potential to enslave us. The government, even corporations, more control over humanity. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that is it for today's video. Let me know what altcoins you guys are interested in. I hear a lot of people talking about these AI coins, which currently I don't know much about. I do have, as you can see right here, I have the ones I'm eyeing on. You can have a look at. So these are some of the coins I'll be probably talking about in the next few videos. And yeah, until the next one, peace.
We live in a world where government wants more and more control over our lives. It wants to restrict our freedoms and to take away our ability to travel, to control what we purchase. These are all set out by the World Economic Forum. This is their policy.
There is obviously tremendous energy building around this concept of digital identity.
Digital identity is increasingly the cornerstone of how we engage in society.
And extending provisions of digital ID are exactly, I think Robert Kennedy described it best.
What I call turnkey totalitarianism. They are putting in place all of these technological mechanisms for control.
What you're saying is that under this legislation, police don't need a warrant to access. That's correct. Right, okay, well.
It starts off with a the premise that it will be voluntary and it will be safe and effective.
The digital ID system being safe and trustworthy and voluntary.
We know after time this will be compulsory.
The government's position on COVID-19 vaccinations is that it is voluntary.
The COVID vaccine is now mandatory.
Combined with a central bank digital currency, will simply give government unprecedented control over our lives.
Every right that you have is transformed into a privilege contingent upon your obedience to arbitrary government dictates.